Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mars and Chika here.
We're back.
We're back, and this is 3 out of 4 for the post-commentary stuff.
We're almost done.
Yes, we are almost done. I hope you enjoyed episode 1 and 2.
Mm,
You got a feel for what it's like doing this, I guess?
yeah.
Sitting through like a whole commentary.
I don't know if I like this or doing it live better. Like, I really don't.
Um,
What about you?
Live is kind of easy since you got to feel like as you're going, I think. And something like this
Yeah.
is more like, oh, you got a plan and whatever.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so we come in here, all is lost. We talked about it a bit before, but just there's a lot of hidden stuff in the game, a lot of messages and kind of little Easter eggs, and it pays to kind of explore and read some of that stuff.
For sure.
I think it's especially in a game like Dead Space where they reward a lot of reading and kind of exploration because there's a lot of text logs and stuff and history behind certain items and all the artifacts or whatever. It's different characters and stuff like that. So it's definitely rewarding to do so.
It's always interesting, too, to get backstory. And
Yeah, like there was a ton of backstory in Dead Space 1 with all the logs. I think there was like 130 logs or something.
Jesus.
How much longer?
We're working as fast as we can.
Mark's really pale. I can't stop the bleeding.
Yes. Hey, Isaac. Okay, meet me at the door. I can let you in from this side. All right, there. Now
So the
get in
crew's
here.
kind of,
Dying.
yeah, well, more or less. I mean, that whole meteor shower, well, not meteor shower, but
Well,
the landmines,
yeah.
it pretty much wrecked the whole ship. So some casualties for sure. I was trying to open this door and I couldn't do it till the other one was closed, I think, or until you were with me or something. I don't know. It's like I said,
Ellie's SOS
it's really weird the way it comes together with the co-op.
unlocked.
It's cool that when
I'll go check it out.
Here you go.
when you hit
Don't
your
stray too far.
when you hit your right thumbstick to know where
Oh.
to go,
Yeah.
that it shows you where your co-op partner is. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of the right bumper in Gears of War. It gives you,
Mm-hmm.
it tells you where the weapons are and where your teammates or whatever. That was a weird thing. Like you press down the thumbstick and it gives you like an exact path to where you're supposed to go, where your objective is, and that's something that I didn't know about until like midway through Dead Space 1.
That's true. You said that.
Yeah, it was actually a friend of mine who was like I was like, I'm lost, and she was like, just press your thumbstick, and I was like, what? And then I did it, and I was like, oh my god, like so much
Looks like some kind
so
of
much
machine.
backtracking and everything I've done
Yeah, but
over the whole game.
At the same time, it
say that?
sucks to be shown exactly where
Yeah,
to go.
that exactly. That's my feeling on it. It holds your hand a little too much because it's pretty straightforward anyways. I mean, go in the door with the blue sign, like the unlocked
Yeah.
doors, and that's where you got to go. So a little hand holding is okay, but I think that's maybe a little bit too much, and it makes it really easy. Something that you hadn't noticed that I noticed this time around was those are coffins, like with a bunch of
Yeah, I had no clue, and when you mentioned it to me, I was just like, what the heck?
yeah, so a bunch of human remains from the ship that must be like 200 years old or whatever. And I was like really hoping that some of those would open up and the necromorphs would like attack you from them, but
That would have been cool.
yeah, unfortunately they don't. But I mean that's kind of, it's the vents, right? They go in the vents.
Yeah, but like you said to me the other day, it would have been super cool if they would have done a cutscene or something where you would have been just going down a ladder and then something would have popped out at you, because you always just go down ladders and it's not a big deal. But
Yeah, the way to scare in a game like this is to take something you just do all the time, like at a bench or something like that, and then something
that would've been
something would
cool.
attack you, and I think that's the way to keep it scary, is to do that. So to take an element where you're just like, oh, just walking around and then something pops up, and I think one of the ladder sequences, if they would have done that, would have been really cool. Like a ladder you have to go
Yeah.
down, and at some point, something would rip you. It doesn't mean it has to do damage or anything, but it would just like pop up and grab you or something like that. I think that would have been really cool. Because there was a real cool thing in Dead Space 1 where you would just randomly walk down a corridor and something would come out of like a hole, and it was basically like a giant
right thing
yeah,
that grabbed
like
you.
yeah, it just like it came out of this hole and it grabbed you in the leg, and then you had to you
Shoot
you
it.
fell down, and then you had to shoot the yellow orange things as you do in Dead Space.
That game scared the shit out of me.
Dead Space 1 is by far like the best horror game, because of like the tension and just the scares in it are really good. I felt more tense playing like Alan Wake though, but that's just because
Yeah.
I sucked at that game.
That's a game I haven't played, but watching you play, you were like really
Yeah,
on
I
edge
just
playing
I
that
just
game.
really wasn't good at that game. Like I know some people that were really good and it was like a breeze for them or whatever, but I just for some reason I didn't catch on the mechanic, and I didn't catch on how to be good at it like really quickly.
Did you play it twice?
No, I finished
No?
the game finally. It took me like a year and a half to go back and finish it. The cool thing they did with Xbox when I bought the new Xbox, the Xbox Slim.
Yeah, it came with it.
Yeah, it came with it as a download, not actual like a game.
Mm-hmm.
So it came with the download. So now I have it under my name like whenever. Can't trade it in and make money off of it, but I don't really care for that anyway.
I don't think you would anyways, where they did it where it came with the Xbox.
You guys accept that?
Well, example, but Connected Ventures, like we don't take
You don't
that
accept
in
that anymore?
No.
Okay, because you guys had like probably
I know.
50 copies of Kung Fu Panda and Lego Indiana Jones, like a piece, and all those Gears of Wars that came with it too.
I work at GameStop, by the way.
Yeah, I think most people know.
Mm.
But that's good. It says not for resale, and then you guys
Yeah.
sell it back, so it's like it's really weird. I don't know if you could get in shit with Microsoft because of that.
I don't know.
Maybe maybe they noticed or something. I don't know. But all that to say that you're not able to. The cool thing that Microsoft is doing is they're not giving you disc with these downloads. Like you have to download it on your profile, and that's great. But sometimes people only have like 20 gig Xboxes, and you get a couple of downloadable games, and it's your Xbox is full. So that's one thing that sucks. But
Do you think Microsoft is going to do the whole, like, where you can only play a game on one console or whatever?
what do you mean? You mean you can't play used games?
No, not that. It was something where, like, you have to install the game, but you can only do it once. And
Well, I would see that you could only play on one console, like that game
Yeah.
on one console, because they already have that with computer programs, like
That's true.
Adobe Premiere and Photoshop and stuff like that. Like these are programs that they'll only work on like one computer at a time or whatever. So, and my like music recording thing, what we're recording the audio on right now, is actually like that as well. So
pause.
I just got jumped by what's left of the crew.
yeah, I don't know, we got interrupted there for a second.
They didn't survive. They got
But
those things.
yeah, so as far as like the games, I can see that going that way. What they're speculating is that you won't be able to play any used games, which on the 720, which if that's the case, I think, I don't know, I think people aren't going to buy the 720 as much as the 360.
Yeah.
I know I'm not ready for a new console.
No.
Like, I'm having just as much fun as I did 5-6 years ago playing these games like on this console. I don't find it's worn out in any way. I think they push it like really quickly, and then they give the console a couple years to die out while the new console's out, and then they kind of do this thing. So I don't know, it's tough, and it's a weird timing too, because
What do you mean?
the Wii U is already out.
Yeah.
So kind of like that's a new console, and we'll get the Xbox in like a year, 2 years.
Some old guy came into work and I don't know, he bought like
At GameStop.
yeah. He bought Modern Warfare, I think.
Like the first one?
Yeah. And he was just like, "Oh, so the new Xbox is coming out like this summer." And me and my boss just kind of looked at each other and we were like, "No, if anything, it'll be fall, like right before Christmas, if it's even gonna be this year." And he was like, "No, like the new PlayStation's coming out in a few months, and then Microsoft is coming out with the new Xbox in the summer to compete with them." And I was just like, "What?"
Yeah, somebody got their information wrong. Like they're just releasing the specs now,
Well,
and the thing is, even if it's ready, it's gonna have to go at E3.
well, PlayStation's making an announcement February 20th about the new PlayStation.
Okay, yeah. So that's gonna at least have to go at E3. and it'll probably be a year afterwards that they release it.
When's E3?
July? No, during the summer at some point.
Okay. I don't know. Some people are super convinced that it's coming out this year, like, you know, both consoles, and other people don't think it's not till next year.
I know. I don't. Like, I don't think
No?
it's coming this year. No. Like, I think it'll be the E3 announcement. I mean, kind of that's what they did with Gears of War. They announced it at E3 with Gears 3. They announced it at E3, or a little bit before, so then you could go play the demo at E3, and then it came out still like a while after, and that's just for a game. If it's a console, I think it's gonna be like kind of simmering for a while.
I don't know. Like I said, Sony's doing an announcement, you know, at the end of the month,
20th, yeah.
and we'll see.
That's the thing.
I mean, neither of us have a PlayStation or anything. But
No, I'm still a PlayStation fanboy. I just don't play
know.
it, you know? Like, if you have to pick and choose, I'm gonna pick for the social one, and Xbox is kind of the way to go.
Like, all my friends who have PlayStations tell me that the community's so different. People aren't social. Like, people are just mean, worse than Xbox, and I'm just like, that's weird.
I just want to point out there, it was saying danger 0G ahead, or whatever. But I mean, yeah, the community is gonna be different, just like the Wii community was different. Like,
Yeah, but
it's
I don't
not.
know. I guess I don't see why there would be such a big difference between Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, but you're gonna find those people anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I think the fact is you don't get a mic with the PS3. So
don't?
yeah, no.
Really?
I'm pretty sure you don't. You got to buy that separate. And if people are going out to buy mics, they're going to be more talkative and stuff like that than the other people. So I don't know that PlayStation and Xbox are two different things for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm really not picking sides. I chose Xbox because that's all, you know, that's what all my friends had. So that's why I went with Xbox, and you went with Xbox because I had an Xbox. So
Exactly, social.
I mean, for the few exclusives that PS3 has, it wasn't worth picking PlayStation over Xbox because of,
No.
I mean, that social aspect was really what sold it for me. Like, my friends had Rock Band, and I wanted to play Rock Band, and
Was that the first game you got?
yeah, I bought my Xbox, and that came with Gears of War and Lego Indiana Jones.
That's such a weird combo.
At the time, those were like, the older games that kind of wasn't really worth anything. They just wanted to get rid of, and I bought Rock Band with that. So I spent like $1,000, like,
Wow.
because the Xbox at the time was really expensive. It was like close to $500 for 20 gig Xbox. Yeah, look at you. Oh my God, I was like, what are you doing? And then having to get Xbox Live, had to buy a second controller, had to buy the big like Rock Band, so that was like $200. So
Yeah.
I saved up for that. Like, I just really wanted to get that, and I kind of never looked back. I guess it's changed me as a gamer too, getting the Xbox.
Yeah.
I was playing way different games on PlayStation and stuff before, so it's kind of cool. I don't know. I like the fact that I went with the Xbox.
First game I bought was Black Ops.
What came with? Yeah, Alan Wake came with your Xbox because you had the new Slims. So Alan Wake came with that.
Alan Wake and Forza.
Forza, yeah.
That's holding them for now.
But that wasn't a download, was it?
Forza, no.
Yeah, Forza came with the disc.
Yeah.
Alan Wake was a download code.
That I just ended up giving away to
Yeah,
a friend.
and then I bought that Xbox as well a few months later, and I got the same game. So yeah, so that was nice. So I guess we're not even talking about the game.
No.
We're just talking about consoles and stuff like that. But here, this was a fun part.
We don't have to talk about this.
Yeah, I gotta mention in single player, you just pull these things down like I did, and like I'm watching you do right now, and you just pull it down and then you turn the thing. But we're realizing that co-op is actually really different. All these things you have to
Which
do
is
together.
cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's good
did
that they're like, oh, well, you can't advance and you need help. So I was like, all right, well, let's meet up at this one. And sure enough, I was like, just waiting for you. And ah, man, it was funny. Like we couldn't figure it out, or I guess you couldn't figure it out exactly what to do. Like there, you start running away from me, and I was like, turn around, you bastard. And finally, you came, and you'll see we kind of fail here a couple times, but it's all in good fun.
At least it wasn't as bad as the mine.
Yeah, that's true. At least we weren't like completely dying over and over. So as soon as you start turning the energy or the power there, of that generator, they start to spawn. So that's kind of what happened. This little guy spawned, and like the spawns are really random is something we talked about too.
Yeah.
They're really random. It seems like it's not always the same type of necromorphs that spawn. Like I remember I was stuck at one part for a good little while, and it was constantly different necromorphs spawning.
Do you like that?
It was never the same thing. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's really something in the code or if it just depends where you are. Like they're not different. They're not spawning differently, but you make them spawn differently depending where you are. I was like, screw it. I'll put this thing down. You turn the damn thing because you had to hold it down. And then you just take off. I don't like what the hell happened there. But there we go. We finally got the first of 3 on, and I think that'll make some guys spawn. Yep.
Yeah.
They're quick as hell. And like, what the hell is he doing? He was just like moonwalking right by me. And as you see, they spawn behind you. They spawn, like one guy spawned behind me, one guy spawned behind you. We had a guy in the middle. Like the spawns are really crazy.
That's something I've heard you freak out about a lot.
Yeah, the spawns are crazy this time around in Dead Space. And then you got down, and like I realized you die really, really quickly. That shotgun's awesome. Especially with that like slow-mo in the stasis, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But the rate of fire is just terrible to that thing. So yeah, I was just like, I had the chance to kill that guy and I couldn't pick you up. Like, so I feel you die off a little bit easier than what you should in most like third-person shooters, but I guess that's the whole point of the game as well.
I guess so.
Yeah. There's some cool deaths in Dead Space.
For sure.
Like I remember in Dead Space 2, I think, where you first meet the pukers. If you die, they kind of just like open your mouth and just vomit in your mouth, and it's like acid and stuff like that. And it was really really cool the way they did that. And there's all sorts of cool stuff like that. And you die like even quicker here, I believe.
Really?
Or no, I realized that there's no way. Like there's 3 guys there. There's no way I'm going to save you. Like, but yeah, it just is like the deaths are really really quick. I don't know if there's any way to stop that, but
would you say that you find Resident Evil like super scary?
Back in the old days, yeah.
Yeah.
But with Resident Evil, the controls are so like damn limited that plays a factor. Like I didn't find Resident Evil 5 really scary. Like,
no,
like
that one we played together.
We played that together, and it was really cool. And there was no appeal to get either Raccoon City or 6 because like the reviews weren't great, and I have a few reviewers that I really like, and I count on them for my game purchases. Like I really, and I mean I study the game for sure. Like I probably study games more than you guys working at GameStop. Like I think I do quite a good job at studying things. I do that with movies as well.
I learn a lot from you.
Yeah, like I can tell you some stuff that you wouldn't hear at work, basically.
But yeah, not just about games. Like you just research a lot.
Yeah, I'm a weird like bank of different knowledge.
You're a nerd.
No, not a nerd. I have interest in things, and I know these like weird facts or this weird information. I don't know how or why. Like I pick some stuff up and I just know it for some reason. It's really really weird, but whatever. I mean, it's what I do, I guess. Like everybody has their own thing. I guess I don't have a specialization in anything, but
you just know stuff.
Yeah, I know some weird stuff, and I guess I can get involved in conversations like really easily with anyone, and
Which is nice. It
Yeah,
allows you to.
if they're talking about like games or anything or movies, like I can get in the conversation. Like I don't
Yeah.
have to kind of stay away. We had a problem here. You were backing up, and I swear I wasn't in the way, but like you saw, I was all the way to the side. But I don't know if this is thick enough for both of us. But it was weird. Like I know I wasn't in the way when you were like you were in the way, but whatever. We got by. We survived anyways. That's what counts. These transducers, I think. I don't know. They're douchers. They're such a weird name, but those are really like limited, and to upgrade your rig, if you're going for that achievement, you should try to save up on those as much as possible. Yeah, I got it. I got it about like an hour and a half maybe through my new game plus. So it took a good like 20 hours for that achievement, but if you're playing twice anyways, you're gonna get it.
Locked to stay put. Isaac Carver will rendezvous with the Spire. Got it.
All right, so we just gotta finish up, kill these guys, and then go meet up with them.
Wow, you're almost dead.
Yeah. With these guys, you kind of have to shoot their tentacles off as like quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So like I knew like I could shoot him off before he hit me again, because otherwise, if you start running away, they'll hit you like really easily. I
know it's something you mentioned already, but like wow, again, I thought I was one of the necromorphs. Like my guy.
Yeah, the goggles are really bad. They really look like you're a necromorph. But I think like this is about to wrap up. There's kind of a cutscene coming out, so we're gonna cut before that happens.
We're so nice.
So guys, we'll see you in episode 4, and this elevator takes forever. Yeah, we'll see you episode 4. I hope you enjoyed it. That'll be the last post commentary. Hopefully we can do some live comm after that.
Yay.
So I hope you enjoyed this. Just talking about stuff, just random stuff. It was fun.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for stopping by. If you like the video, leave a like
and
comment or dislike and comment, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.